We were so excited to start our adventure that we slept in our motorcycle clothes. Yesterday we travelled from home down to Cooma. This was mainly highway, so there's no video for that. But the proper riding starts today. So we're travelling from Cooma down through Bombala and Delegate and then doing some gravel roads until we get down to Marlow. So it's out to the bikes to get onto the road. The road from Bombala down we haven't been on before, mainly because it's been gravel and we've been avoiding it a bit, but we're getting a bit more adventurous. And there's always that combination of excitement, anticipation and a little bit of wariness as to, well, what actually are we going to find on that road? Are we really going to be capable? It's the end of summer here and it's pretty dry out this way. Unlike back at home, where it's just started to rain. A lot. The few tiny towns along the way that we pass through have interesting buildings to look at. It might be the end of summer, but it was quite cool this morning as we started out. But now it's warmed up, we've stopped and taken a layer off. Much more comfortable. Bombala is supposed to be famous for its platypus, but we've been here before and so far we haven't seen one platypus. But to be fair, they are fairly shy creatures and you have to get up really early in the morning to see them. So that's a problem. Anyway, it's morning tea time and as is tradition, we've stopped at the cafe at Bombala. It's a very nice looking place.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It's a
We'll
lovely
be-
little town and our cafe.
We'll be back again. From Bombala we're diverting off the main road and heading down towards a little town called Delegate, and we believe that from Delegate onwards it's going to be gravel road. We're heading south and we're just about to go into Victoria. Now, this is the sort of sign you like to see when you're on motorbike. 105 kilometres of winding road. Yeehaw! And the sign didn't lie. What a beautiful road, twisting through the forest. And it starts out this nice smooth bitumen too. There's not another car on the road, and so we just stop on the road for a little bit of a break and have a look around. And to change the camera angle so that I'm looking back at Wendy instead of looking forward at the road. Now, it might be stating the obvious, but it's a real benefit to have your best riding buddy riding their own bike. There's always someone else to ride with. And of course, it's always much more pleasurable to ride solo than two up. We find that it's just past Bonang that the gravel starts. And it starts out reasonably good too. It's nice and wide and the surface isn't too bad, although it's got loose rocks on the top, so it's a bit sort of slip aroundy. And of course every corner and uphill section has got corrugations on it. So there's no backing it into the corners for these road bike riders. It's really beautiful through here. And if you take the time to stop, you can hear the serenity. On the move again, and you can see all of the eucalypt trees regenerating after the bushfires of 12 months ago. One of the benefits of Australian bush is that it does tend to regenerate after bushfires. Not sure what that is. Maybe it's supposed to be an owl. Anyway, let's keep moving. Yet another break, and this time we just walk down to a tiny little river off the side of the road. Beautiful clear water. Nope, no trolls under this bridge, so it's safe to be here. And it's always nice to have a refreshing dip. Okay, look, there's going to be a lot of this stuff on this trip. Windy roads through forest. So I apologise if this is not your thing. So feel free to hit the stop button and go and find some cat video on YouTube. That 105 cave winding road ends at Orbost, and it's time for lunch. So guess where we're going? It's only a few kilometres to our final destination, and we're following the river that goes down to the coast. Marlow is on Victoria's south coast, and this is our destination for the night. And we're staying in a cabin in the caravan park. None of that hardcore camping stuff for us on this trip. Pure luxury. Now it's time for walkies. Haven't been here before, so the adventure continues on foot. Marlow's actually on a huge inlet, and you can see across there that's a big sand dune protecting the inlet from the ocean.
Take a picture underneath.
Under the boardwalk.
Fun in the eyes. Tell me when you want to take it.
Now we're
Oh, okay.
recording now. It's a new day. It's brilliant, beautiful sunshine again. And we're heading to Mount Beauty today. As you can sort of see on my poor excuse for the map, we're going from sort of northwestish up to Mount Beauty. And this goes up through the Victorian High Country again. So we're heading up to Omeo, and then from Omeo across and up to Falls Creek, and then back down to Mount Beauty. But we need to get the important things out of the way, and that's breakfast at Brothen. Bet you can't guess what my favourite food is. Yep, that's right. Anything from a bakery. It's hard to beat a pasty and sauce. The health food of a nation. We start to climb back up through the mountains and through the forest from Brothen. And this really doesn't stop until we get all the way up to Falls Creek. Because we're not on a time schedule and we can please ourselves, we stop wherever we feel it might be interesting to have a bit of a look around. The road follows this river almost all the way from Brothen up to Omeo. At Omeo it's time for another bit of a stretch, and they've got a nice parkland that's, I guess, still a bit in development. But they've got lots of nice shady trees and the grass is really coming along. But down in the playground park type area it's still under development. So it's still a little bit rough. Oh no, more footage of winding roads. Too bad. We love it. And it's my video. The GoPro straightens out corners, of course, and you can't really tell that most of these corners are about a 30k advisory sign. And you can't fully commit to the corners either because often there's gravel or debris on the road. But it's still pleasant if you just take your time, and going a little bit slower means that you can have a look at the scenery as well. This main road keeps going north, but here we're diverting off to the left and going up to Falls Creek. And this is a much smaller, narrower and windy road. We've been steadily climbing since Omeo, but now we really start gaining altitude quite quickly, and we can tell by the temperature drop. By the time we hit the fog at the top of the mountain, we're at about 1530 metres. We're actually coming up into the clouds now, and it's getting colder and colder, and okay, we can hardly see where we're going. We're piddling along with our hazard lights on until we get to Falls Creek. We're freezing because we don't have any layers underneath our jackets, so we stop and put another layer on. It really was a bit of a waste of time because 5 minutes down the road we got out of the fog and it started to get warmer again. The road down from Falls Creek is a really nice road, but unfortunately it's usually quite busy and we had to follow cars most of the way. Still, this is the first bit of traffic we've had on the whole trip, so it's not really a problem. We're staying at Mount Beauty for 2 nights. But because it's lunchtime, guess what? It's a cabin in the caravan park for us for the next 2 nights, and it proved to be quite a luxury villa with undercover parking right at the door. And look at that, what pure luxury. It was very convenient to find that right across the road from the caravan park was a craft brewery. So of course we had to part with a little bit of money. The sacrifices we have to make when we're on holidays are tremendous, but someone's got to do it. That's nice. A lovely pale ale. The caravan park's right on the Ovens River, and what a beautiful river it is too. So now it's time for walkies again. In the next episode we head south again, down over through Hotham and Dargo and to the south coast of Victoria.